Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Matazaya Hawada of the Sakari. Um, this was, on the road. I'm a trucker, and I like to, go into a little bit about our history. Um, and today, I actually stumbled upon this video about sunken treasure. Right? Um, a lot of the treasure, I want to say all of the sunken treasure really belong to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, particularly um, getting into the Northern Kingdom, right? It's a ship called the Atocha. Atocha was a Spanish ship that came over to I believe Puerto Rico, right? And you know how what Esau does? He rapes, robs, pillages every damn thing. And today, this video is actually going to go into what they stole, right? So I'm going to play the video, and we're going to start.
Imagine finding $500 million worth of gold, silver, and jewels in the middle of the ocean. What would you do with that kind of cash? That's what former chicken farmer Mel Fisher had to ask himself when he stumbled across one of the most exciting collections of hidden treasure in human history. And as much as people tried to steal it, including the government, he managed to hold on to his fortune. Since then, he's been dubbed the world's greatest treasure hunter.
Hey, man, that gets me every single time, man. Man, he thinks he's Jake. But anyway, you see this goddamn heathen with our forefathers. I don't mind the message. But you see that damn heathen with our forefathers chains on. That's how you know that the people that they took, this jury from had to have been black people, man. So-called black people, man. Right? Because we the only ones that walk around with gold chains on like that. Look at them. And then they said that they found it. They didn't find anything. They stole it. Right? They stole all of that. They stole all $500 million, bro. $500 million that this damn so-called white man supposedly found. Right? Goddamn devil, bro.
How'd he do it? And what did he find exactly? Let's dive in and find out.
Every day leading up to the find, Mel would tell his family and crew that today was the day that they were going to find the mother lode.
That's right. $450 million was the value of Mel Fisher's groundbreaking underwater discovery. Keep in mind, however, that he and his crew found this collection way back in 1985.
Man, $500 million, man. If America was really about justice, they would give that treasure back to the people who actually had it. But in this video, they never went into where they never got into the atrocities that happened for them to get that the gold jewelry and various items. They never went into that, right? They literally glossed over that, right? And look at this damn cracker, man. Look at him. He doesn't even look right. He doesn't look right at all. This is ridiculous.
For inflation, that value skyrockets to over $957
Oh,
million.
Salakia.
Can you
So it's damn near $1 billion. Damn near $1 billion worth of jewelry. Can you imagine that, man? $1 billion? How about this, right? How about this? Remember when Trump was throwing the damn tissue at the Puerto Ricans, man? Remember that? He's just so proud. Just here. You get some tissue. You get some tissue, right? That's not any kind of help. That's not help that our people need, man. If the island of Puerto Rico was to get that money that they stole, right? That was stolen from them, Just imagine how much better Puerto Rico would be. $1 billion. Let's just say, give it back to the people who are indigenous there, right? Put it in their bank accounts. Give it to the families. That will instantly make them get into a better position, man. Get them into somewhat of a more decent lifestyle. If you ever look in the ghettos of Puerto Rico, man, it looks terrible. It looks terrible. And I've been to the projects in my neighborhoods. I lived in the projects. It's nothing compared to what the so-called Puerto Ricans do, man. Their condition is way, way more worse, right? This is ridiculous, man.
Comprehend that kind of money? I can't. If Mel Fisher made the average American income of $48,000 today, he would have needed to work, get ready for this, a whopping 19,950 years in order to save up the equivalent of what he found that day at the bottom of the ocean. While Mel didn't get to keep all that treasure, after years of legal battles, he was allowed to keep most of it, and that's still a hefty paycheck. Ask anyone. But we'll touch base on that a little bit later. First, let's rewind. Who is the treasure hunter Fisher guy anyway? Is he a pirate, a luck-stricken swimmer, and what exactly did he find? Well, folks, it's your classic rags to riches story. A young Mel Fisher grew up in Indiana, but it was the day he relocated to old sunny California that would prove the first step in what would become a career as the world's most famous treasure hunter. He worked, of all places, on a chicken farm owned by the Horton family. This is where he met his sweetheart, the daughter of the farm's owners, Dolores Horton. That's the gal. With a passion for scouring the waters, the pair teamed up and opened up the first diving shop in the state of California, called Mel's Aqua Shop, smack bang right behind the chicken.
Getting outdoors is all about the experience, the challenge, the views, the victories.
In a rickety old shed. In that shed, they trained over 65,000 people to scuba dive and revolutionize the local industry. They didn't just stick to training, though. They also set off on their own adventures, from dredging for gold in California rivers to swimming across the Panama Canal in search of treasure. They did it all. As it turns out, Dolores had her own claim.
You know why they was sailing over to the Panama Canal, right? It's because that's the haven of ships, right? And what was going on around that time? It was a lot of hurricanes. It was more so now. Hurricanes are wrapping up, but even then, the Most High was judging them goddamn heathens, man. Them goddamn crackers that was stealing all that gold from the so-called Zebulun. I'm sorry, Salakia, from the Zebulunites, right, and the Ishkarites, from various kingdoms in the South Americas, right. They know that it's a lot of shipwrecks that went down over there. So it's a lot of gold in the bottom of those oceans. That's why they went over there. They knew, and if they were any kind of white people of some dignity or some sort, and if they loved black people, which they don't, they would have returned it back to its rightful owners.
To fame. She was one of the first women to learn how to dive and set a seriously impressive record by staying underwater in a 10-foot deep tank for 55 hours and 37 minutes non-stop. How long could you have lasted beneath the surface? Not that long, I bet. But try as they might, their findings remained relatively small. That didn't stop Mel, though. He was determined to uncover something bigger. Then he spent the better part of 2 decades in search of one particular ship, the Nuestra Señora de Atocha, formerly owned by King Philip IV, which sank in a hurricane off the Florida Keys. Despite years and years of searching, he didn't find much.
See that? The Most High was judging them damn heathens, man. A damn hurricane ripped through and destroyed the damn ship, man.
Then, on June 13th, 1971, he was given a clue. One of the divers working for Fisher, a man named Don Kincaid, resurfaced from a dive holding something shiny, coiled up like a small snake. That was no snake, though. That was nearly 8 feet of heavy, solid gold chain. At that moment, Mel knew he was closing in. He found 3 more silver bars in 1973 and 5 bronze cannons in 1975. He was getting close, and he could feel it. Still, the Atocah Shipwreck continued to elude divers divers, investigators, and explorers. In total, for well over 350 years. As far as we know, it simply vanished. Someone say Bermuda Triangle? Flash forward to July 20th, 1985, the day that finally changed it all. After 16 and a half years of an investor-funded seabed search, any guesses which person found the infamous wreck? That's right, Mel Fisher. In waters 55 feet below Fisher's boat, two of his divers, Andy Matroki and Greg Wareheim, found the treasure, a treasure we'd all be quickly referring to as the Atocah Motherlode. And a motherlode it was. Aside from 40 tons worth of pure gold and silver, ancient valuable artifacts littered the shipwreck, as well as...
You hear that, man? You hear that, man? 40 tons. 40 tons. That is crazy, man. And you look at the people who they took that, treasure, gold and stuff from, those people are they're at the bottom of society, man. They're at the bottom of society. Let me find that scripture real quick. Hmm, Slovakia.